A romantic scrap metal adventure!
Steambot Chronicles.
When I was really young, I got one of those jam-packed discs for the PlayStation 2. I think it was PlayStation Underground that was the people that gave them out or sold them or whatever. And so, like pretty much any other kid, me and my brother opened it up, started playing some of the games. One of which stood out pretty well amongst the rest. It was Shadow of the Colossus, and Okami, and Shadow Hearts from the New World. Okay, so a lot of those games were pretty kick-ass. Though, one of the games went kind of unnoticed, and is kind of a hidden gem for the PlayStation 2, and it's known as Steambot Chronicles, and in Japan it is known as Bumpy Chop. I'm not kidding when I say I played that demo to obsession. It was because I couldn't afford the actual game yet, and so like 3 or 4 years later, when I got some money, I bought the game, and then I played that to the point of obsession. And yeah, I played that game a lot, so I decided for my first game review, we'll do that. So, like my favorite otaku says, let's jam. Who is trying to figure out what happened because he has amnesia. And you wake up on a beach after what looks like a shipwreck, and you meet a girl named Coriander, who basically helps you out a little bit. And throughout the story, you basically, within the first 3-ish hours, you have to go to a town, you have to listen to a concert, watch the town get blown up, fight a gang, go to a shrink, get your shit stolen by the gang, join the gang, defeat the boss, and then become the boss, which is the point where you realize this game is truly non-linear. You can actually just kind of do whatever you want within the story so long as you don't kill yourself, which I don't think you can actually do. Though if you die in battle or something, you get a game over screen, and you have to start from your last save point. But I can't stress enough how great the story is. It's truly the highlight of this game. If you love a good story that has literally no limits on it, then you will fall in love with this game, much like I have. The setting is a little hard to describe, though steampunk is definitely an adjective I would use, though only lightly because it's more 1900s to 1920s. The world is extremely diverse, though. It captures everything from swamps to farms to a small port town to a massive fucking desert that you have to cross multiple times, and several other very unique places. The characters are just as, if not more, diverse. You have an eccentric arena owner who's flamboyant and insinuated to be gay, a gluttonous gang leader, a crooked museum owner, a guitar player and singer who has obvious influences from Elvis Presley, and a poor artist named Pablo, and an array of other minor characters. Unfortunately, this game has really bad graphics, even for its time. It doesn't hold up at all, so if you're a stickler for that kind of thing, you'll find it hard to enjoy the game. The animation, considering the graphics and the limitations it poses with how badly they made those, they're okay at best. I won't complain too much about the animation because it does do its job considering. The gameplay is extremely varied, with rhythm type gameplay for playing instruments to a simple billiards game to fighting mechs to simply just exploring and sandbox style gameplay. I will complain that the controls for driving Trotmobiles, though, are extremely unintuitive and took me about until a quarter way through the game to get used to. Another complaint is the large amount of loading screens and how long they take. So, yeah, if you don't like loading screens, this is going to be the bane of your fucking existence. Though if you like sandboxes, like true sandboxes, you play the game. With the exception of one song that made every gamer that's played this game cringe and just kind of want to off themselves. The soundtrack is simply amazing. I can guarantee that you will be humming Impossible long after you've heard it. Literally every song in this game is memorable, in a good way, except for the aforementioned offing song. So, though it's a part of a quest you don't actually have to do, so I wouldn't recommend doing the electric guitar quest if you don't want to have to listen to that song. But that's it for the songs. I mean, just look up the OST for this. It is just do it. The voice acting is just as memorable too, and it's the usual Atlas fare. So the voice acting does have its, with some minor characters, it's not too great, but with the lead characters, it's amazing. And my two favorite characters, their voices rather, are Dudley and Dino, especially Dino, because it's fucking Dino. So the conclusion to this is that if you enjoy a good game, especially a good RPG sandbox trot-mobile type, I still don't know what genre this game is in. I just don't know. I will call it a sandbox sometimes, I'll call it a fighter other times, but it's that diversity that makes this game amazing. And so, if you like any game ever, you should play this game, if only simply to say that you have.